What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another pretty cool little review for you today of this one. This one loaned to me by BDC. Really appreciate it, BDC. Thank you for sending me this knife in for review. And thanks to people like him that I'm able to keep going, man. Check him out. He's got a really cool YouTube channel and is a really great dude. I'll have him linked down below in the description as well. Thanks to all my channel members, my Patreons, subscribers. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe right down there if you want some more of it. And also, I do lives. I couldn't think of what to say there for a second. I do lives at 9:30 a.m. Central Time Saturday morning if you guys care to join, and do some occasional vertical lives every now and then whenever I get a chance. So, yeah, appreciate it. This one, without further ado, is the Divo Knives Tallboy. The largest of the Divos, I believe. I think it's their largest offering that they have to date. I think that's actually what their website said on there. So this one is in a black wash, I guess. Let's see. I got the box right here. I figured that I would forget. This is Tallboy Brittany Blue Camo as the handle. That's the handle material, Brittany Blue Camo. Kind of like a marble, almost not marble, but carbon fiber with a kind of a blue tint to it. Pretty neat. And this one is in S90V as well, which is pretty awesome. We'll talk about that here in a second. Let's go ahead. We'll do the overall specs, stats, all that good stuff here. You got from the tip of the blade to the end of the handle, right at 8 inches overall, just maybe a smidge more. No, actually 8 inches on the dot. Blade length, go from the tip of the blade to where it meets up with the handle scale, right at 3 5/8 to 3 3/4 right there, all the way up to where that choil area meets up with the handle scale. And if you're just going for cutting edge on it, you got right at 3 3/8 on that cutting edge. So pretty much what I would say is a full-size knife. The on button, that always helps with the calibers. Thickest part of the spine, blade stock thickness, 116.5 thousandths there. I'll flip it over behind the edge. A million different ways and spots to measure this. But what I got right there in the belly, you're looking at 21 thousandths right there. Really nice grind on that blade. And let's do the handle thickness, 450 thousandths. So not especially, thick or thin or anything like that. I think pretty well-rounded specs there. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. We'll get out the usual suspects here. You got the cold steel knives, 8010, and the Demco knives, 8020.5. That is the slicer variant. So kind of really in between those two, actually. I mean, the cold steel 8010's a humongous, not humongous, but definitely a big bulky knife. And while we're on it, before I put it up, a little bit of a difference there on blade stock thickness and definitely handle thickness right between those two. Let's go ahead and get out a couple more. You got the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1. And here is your Ontario Rat Model 2. Alright. And what else we got in the way of the usual suspects? You got the boys from Colorado here. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And your Spyderco Pair 3. Alright. Let's do a few more, alright? Some random ones here. Let's see. Here's a USA made Hinder XM18. USA made Strider SNG. Wow. Yeah. Difference there between those two. Here you got the Knives Knives Misdemeanor North Arm Sky High. Two really awesome knives. Alrighty, let's see. Two more here. This one is on loan to me along with a couple other ones. This one is, get the camera to, come on, there you go. That's the Legion Steel ass gear. That's the truffles. All right. Rora knife and tool truffles, by the way. All right. Let's see what else we got laying around here. This is, of course, a YouTube standard. Any knife reviewer or any idiot blabbering on YouTube about knives should always use these for size comparisons. That's your USA made 8-inch crescent wrench. That's your DeWalt framing hammer right there. And last but not least, the only two Divos that I own. This one I got off of White Mountain Knives, I think, a good while back. This is the Premium Pony Stout. Pretty cool little knife, and I really like that one. Got a full video on it. That one's also an S90V, right? And this one I won on a members giveaway from Rob's Nerdy Knives. That is the Nip Light. So pretty cool little knife as well. Got the steel underneath right there, 154 cm on that one, and I believe this one hidden inside the back spacer on that one, and somewhere on here, yeah, underneath the handle on that one, S90V. Right, so pretty cool. I think that's a good touch. Not a whole lot of billboarding. Always a big fan of that, and we'll get more into that here with my, opinion, the actual review, all that good stuff. Let's finish up the specs first. Get out the scale. This thing feels fairly light. I mean, you're looking at carbon fiber on the handle material, and you got a, let's see, you got a liner in there. Liner lot, by the way. Get the camera to focus. Got a liner on this side. Got some milling going on. Yeah, a little bit of milling on that, not too much on the liner there. And trying to see something. Yeah, that's solid carbon fiber. Got a liner on that side. Pretty light, man. Like really light. I think. I think it's gonna surprise me. My guess 3.3. That would be my guess. Let's see. Holy crap. Am I right? I'm usually off on this. I didn't check it ahead of time, I promise. Yeah, 3.3 ounces. Alright, so that's under the ounce and inch ratio. So, awesome. Really awesome. Awesome ratios, really light. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll get into the old blue jeans here. How's it go in the pocket? Really neat clip on it. I like the way that clip looks. Single screw there, kind of inset into that. Goes in and out of the pocket fairly easy. Now it is kind of whenever you're putting it in the pocket, the way that clip is, it can be a little difficult, but I get it in and out of my pockets just fine, unless you're wearing some really thick jeans, and these are pretty frayed on the inside, so that might be a contributing factor. But getting it in and out of the pocket, to me, isn't really that big of a deal. It definitely stays in there. Now, it's not deep carry, right? So you still got about a finger width, maybe a little less than like the tip of my finger there sticking out. Not really a big deal in my opinion. It stays in there, latches on pretty good, and it looks good, which is pretty cool. It's functional and it looks good, so that's a good thing. Kind of swedged down and down on that side, symmetrical, really cool looking. And also, of course, with Divo knives, you can take the clip out and put it on this side, and you'll have it lefty, right? So that's pretty neat, because they're designed by Lefty EDC. And that other Colin, shit, I forgot his name, Colin something. Anyway, let me know in the comments. I messed up the designer's name. That's always great. So let's see. Let's get out the Torx bit here. You got T8 bit on this one. Single-sided captive pivot with a Divo Knives logo on the front. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. I'm thinking T8 all the way around, but I want to make sure. T8, yeah. All right, T8 on the screw, on the pivot screw. T8 on the body screws. Yep. And the clip. Thinking, yeah. Pocket clip screw T8. So T8 all the way around. Not too much hardware. Single-sided captive pivot. I would give that grade A as far as hardware goes. Really, really good. All right, so that's all the specs. Let's get into my review opinion of it, I guess. S90V on the blade steel is awesome, really great. These go for around $200, and you can usually they'll have a discount code. So usually that's 200 includes shipping and everything. By the time you put in a discount code, I myself have a discount code where these were available. Not anymore, by the way. They just sold out, but I'm sure they'll do some more runs of them in the future. They've done a couple of runs. They were available on White Mountain Knives. If you're interested, I don't get anything out of it, but I do have a discount code, 10% off. TKE10 is my discount code. TKE10 get you 10% off anything you buy at White Mountain Knives. But yeah, for the price, I think the materials are solid. Really cool looking pattern on that carbon fiber. Really like that. Kind of unique, you know. I would probably prefer the dark one. I think they have one that's like dark matter or something like that. I think that one kind of like the black, you know, but nothing wrong with the blue, Tiffany blue carbon fiber either. Jimping extends all the way up here, and look at that, they got some jimping, got a blank spot there, but they got some jimping right there. So if you're choked up on this thing, and it is really comfortable ergonomically, no issues there at all. It's choked up pretty comfortable with that flat kind of groove right there, finger choil. Choke back, pretty comfortable as well, right? But if you're choked up, your thumb's sitting on that jimping, and if you're doing like a pull cut, draw cut, whatever you want to call it, whatever the proper terminology is for it, you got a little jimping there too, right? So that's awesome. Straight edge on that kind of a Warncliffe blade shape. Actuation works really great with those thumb studs, and they are, it's another thing I didn't check, I don't think, they are removable. That's a Torx bit on there. So let me get the driver back out. I'm thinking, yeah, look at that, T8 on the thumb studs. Hell yeah, so you only need one T8 bit to take this thing all the way apart. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, the engagement on lock bar is really good. Detent, don't have an issue with that. So once it's engaged, right there is where you're hitting the detent at. As far as action goes, kind of a shake shut, you know, it's running on bearings. I'm sure they do make some skiffs for it. I would be willing to bet if you want to skiff it out like Rob's 30 Knives tends to do on his knives. I don't have an issue at all with the action on this one. I think it is pretty cool. It's not drop shut, but I'm fine with that. Don't have to have a knife be drop shut for the action to be good. Pretty solid. No blade play. Centering on it's really good. Got a nice back spacer that kind of takes the angle of the handle. I mean, they all tend to do that, right? Or it'd be sticking out like stupid, but that's pretty neat. It goes down, almost a full length back spacer too, so that's pretty cool. Overall, I would say this is a really good knife, man, especially for the price. They are OEM'd. Oh, man. I don't know who they're OEM'd. I think it's Bestech, but yeah, I'm not 100% on who the OEM is. If you know, let me know in the description, or I might put it up here somewhere if I remember to thoroughly edit and post. But let me know in the description. I think it's Bestech, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I might be totally wrong. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I think it's a pretty cool knife, really solid knife. And yeah, definitely really appreciate BEDC letting me borrow it. Again, check him out. He'll be linked down in the description too. He's got an awesome channel. And until next time, guys, hey, hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe right down there if you want some more of it. Till next time, hope you have a good evening, day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this, and stay sharp.